this recording, and then I'm going to get rolling here with this webinar. All right, guys, my name is Angie Tonini-Rogers, and I am here today to give you some information on one of our, I like to call, miracle products. Guys, as we go forward, if you have any questions, just type them in the box, and I will try to get to those as I can. I'm not going to keep you too long because, as I said, it's Memorial Day's weekend, and I know some of you have maybe some barbecue on the grill or some pools to go jump in or whatever you're going to do. So thank you for joining us, and let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let me start my... Okay. And if somebody can let me know just to make sure that they're able to see the beginning of my slideshow here.
Okay, I'll let you know. Okay, yep, you're good.
Muted. Unmuted.
Okay. All right, I'm going to start my slideshow, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about Chaga tonight. Like I said, it's the one I like to call miracle, one of our miracle products. Here we go. All right. So this is Chaga, okay? And it's 100% pure Siberian Chaga extract. And I want to let you know that we are the only company that has this product in this form available right now. So if you want to get on the Chaga choo-choo train, now is the time to do it, because we are the only people, Total Life Changes is the only company that's able to get this pure extract out to people in order to be able to use it and quite frankly heal from it. And you know, if you haven't really looked into what Chaga is, you probably are just very much in the dark on what kind of power this product has. So I'm going to share that with you, and I hope that you get it just like I do and are able to share it with others. All right, so a little bit about me real quick so you know who's talking. My name is Angie Tonini-Rogers, as I said. I do have 3 boys. They're 12, 8, and 5. I have a husband, and I work full-time as a nurse manager. So one of the reasons I love this company is because of the products and the way that it can help heal as well as prevent illnesses for people. You know, I am always running somewhere. So again, I love the energy products as well, but I volunteer at church. I serve on the athletic board at school. And, you know, as always, I want to thank Reginald Stinson for allowing me to be a member of the Leadership Council on the Unit of Prosperity. I'm very honored, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to serve you guys in this way and any other ways that I can. All right, so for me, being a nurse is not really just about healing people when they're sick. It's really about helping people prevent the sickness from coming. So you want to promote wellness, and that's what I love about Total Life Changes, because we have in our hands the power to help people prevent illness and maintain their wellness, which, as Unit of Prosperity stands for, prosperity in all areas of their lives. We want to help people be well in their minds, their spirits, bodies, and their finances. So, you know, just like the Bible says, we are meant to prosper in all areas of our lives, and that includes our health and our wellness. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So like I said before, the opportunity and products we have are powerful, and you are in the right place at the right time, and it's for the right reasons. We want to help people prosper in all areas of their lives. So I want to make a quick disclaimer, just as we always should anytime you're talking about any type of product that in health. I'm not making any medical claims about any of our products, and I'm not saying that it's going to cure anything. What I am doing, though, is sharing what's been experienced by other people when they take and use the products that we have in the end. I'm going to talk about the benefits of the ingredients inside of this particular product, Chaga. So always, you should always be advised that anytime you consume anything, you should advise your healthcare provider, whether it's an herbal remedy or an over-the-counter or prescription medication. You always need to talk with your healthcare provider. Anyone should advise you to do that. Okay. The other thing you need to know is just like anything else, any type of herb or, over-the-counter medicine or anything like that can interact with other things that you already have in your system or you're taking. So just be advised of that and be smart and be responsible. Okay, so what is chaga? Chaga it's a type of fungus. It's a mushroom that grows on trees, live birch trees, and it's in cold regions. And it's in Siberia, northern Canada, Alaska, and some northern parts of the U.S. This is what it looks like growing out of the tree. So it doesn't look all that appetizing, right? But the black outer, I call it shell. It's not really a shell though, but the black outer portion of the mushroom is full of melanin, and that's why you see that black charcoal looking outer shell of that. So here's an interesting fact about the chaga, and you don't have to read all this because I'm going to tell you, but it has this symbiotic relationship with birches. So it often helps heal the trees. So if you insert chaga into a dying tree, most of the time that birch tree on which it lives will recover. If it's damaged and splintered, the chaga will fill in those areas and eventually heal that damaged area in the tree. So, it repairs the lesions in the bark of the trees. So it works in our bodies in a similar way. It helps to regenerate our healthy cells and protect our bodies by strengthening our immune system. It causes our body to heal itself naturally as God intended. Okay, God intended for our bodies to heal naturally. If you think about it, if you get a cut or a scrape, eventually, as long as you take care of that area will heal, right? It will, the new skin will regenerate and start to form over, and eventually you'll have that protective layer and you will heal. That is the same with if you smash your finger with a hammer. As long as you don't repeatedly continue smashing that finger with a hammer, your body will heal itself. That is how God put us together, and that is what was intended with our bodies. And a lot of what goes into that is what we put into our bodies. If you can grow it or kill it, it is good to put into your body because that's natural. That is what we are talking about here. Natural substances that we can take in that will help our bodies work as God intended. Okay, so I wanted to give you this story because this is specifically about chaga. So the president of TLC, Armand Pujol, I found out that's how you say his name recently, Pujol, like a jolt of electricity. He said this, in 2010, he was actually given 6 months to live. He had gastric cancer and he had a malignant, which means cancerous, tumor between his heart and his lungs. And so 5 years later, he's obviously alive and he's healthier than he's ever been, and he is cancer free. And he attributes that to number one, God, and number two, the Total Life Changes products, including chaga. He used to take handfuls of the chaga and just handfuls and handfuls of that and some other products, some other natural products, and it was able to eradicate the cancer. Again, just remember my disclaimer. This is his experience, and this is what he attributes his healing to. We have a full line of natural products that help people heal in the way that God intends the bodies to heal. Okay, he did that without chemo and without radiation. So that's just a testimony, and that is a picture of him. He was 425 pounds, and of course now he is not. All right, so this is another picture of the mushroom, and this is one of the most potent natural substances that comes in a mushroom form that has the most potent ability to have the medicinal qualities to heal different areas of our bodies, okay? The inside of that you can see is kind of an orangey clay color. People actually use this in many other countries, and some people here, of course, use it as they put it in water and they steep it and they make it tea, and that is what they drink for their quote-unquote coffee or tea for the medicinal qualities of that product. Okay, so as I said, it's shown positive effects on people suffering from cancers, from immune system difficulties or autoimmune diseases, DNA degeneration, ulcers, digestive disorders like irritable bowel syndrome, diabetes, HIV, herpes. It has been known to defeat the way in which herpes attacks the body, cardiovascular disease, and respiratory problems. Okay, there's many more, but those are some big ones if you think about some of the main ailments that people have. What it does is it works at the cellular level, promoting, let me see, somebody's putting a question in here. I want to make sure I'm seeing what they put in there. Are you guys hearing me? Somebody's saying they can't hear. Just type some Y's in there if you can hear me.
Muted.
You're fine. You're fine.
So
Unmuted.
it works at
You're fine.
the, thank you. It works at the cellular level. It protects the body from free radicals and cell degeneration, such as cancer. What it has been shown to do is actually penetrate into the mitochondria. It penetrates through the cells of cancerous, tumorous cells, and it prohibits the growth. It prohibits the expansion. It prohibits the ability for those cancerous cells to morph or change and take over healthy cells. It also increases the ability for our natural killer cells and T cells, which are immune cells that attack disease. It increases the ability of those cells. In Russia specifically, it's actually been approved to be used to fight against breast, lung, cervical, stomach, and prostate cancers. It also has been known to help kill melanoma, which is skin cancer. Okay, so it has been in other countries approved to be used as a medicinal treatment for different types of cancers and several other types of diseases. Oh, hold on a second. There we go. Okay. This is, there's antioxidant powers of this. We use it in immunotherapy. It's anti-inflammatory. Actually, there's a Russian case study that was done with 50 people, and it shows that it has absolutely been able to neutralize autoimmune diseases such as psoriasis. And there's a reference there for that. I don't know if you know much about psoriasis, but it's a skin disease. It's a skin condition that's very, very difficult to treat and painful, and it's very debilitating because of the way that it looks. Here's some pictures of this. One of them's on like a heel, ankle area. The other you can see is on the abdomen or the stomach area, and then another one's on the face and forehead. Guys, if you suffer from something like psoriasis, despite, obviously it's painful, but this is hard to walk around and not feel, great about yourself when you have these kinds of things on your skin, because you think about, things like leprosy. When you read about that in the Bible and read about the experiences people had, a lot of times, even though it's not contagious and even though it doesn't hurt anybody else, it's still, unfortunately, in our society, when people have physical things that make them look different, they're not always treated the same. So imagine if our product that we have right now in our fingertips could help heal this for people. I think that's super powerful, and I think that alone is enough to make you go scream from the mountaintops that you need to, show people what this can do and help people, get through some of these things such as psoriasis. Okay. All right. The betulin or the betulin in chaga has been shown to help detoxify the liver to protect it from effects of chemotherapy and radiation. As I said, it helps heal the cancer. In other countries, they have seen this and they use that for this. It also, people have used it as a supplement when they are undergoing chemotherapy or radiation for certain tumor treatment, because what it does is it helps protect the liver so that the chemotherapy and radiation don't damage the liver. Liver is what helps us kind of detoxify and get things filtered out, and often medications and especially chemotherapy and radiation damage the liver, and then we start to get a lot of other issues because our liver isn't able to function as it should. So chaga can help protect the liver. Like I said before, it has high levels of the antioxidants and anti-tumor compounds. There's these natural waxes that put a protective coating or a sheath around your cells, and it keeps them strong enough to help them, again, have a better immune function, and it helps premature degeneration, which is another way to say aging. So China uses this mushroom for all of these things we talked about, but they use it as a fountain of youth. They use it to preserve their youth. And I was reading about this and what they found, and I think it was Liberia. I can't be sure, but I can't remember exactly where it was. But they said that in studies of native peoples that have not really been they're still kind of living in villages and don't wear a lot of clothing. They're just very natural. They live in dirt housing, etc. That teepees and such. They use this mushroom, and the people that use the mushroom in their daily routine, taking that in, they live longer, between 80 and 100 plus years. And the people that didn't use that same mushroom or that same routine use of that mushroom live to be in their late 40s or 50s. So there is some evidence that shows that this mushroom does help to preserve the youth, not just because of the aging, how it fights against the aging, but because of all of the other benefits that I've already talked about. It strengthens the immune system, as I said. It also has an antifungal, an antibacterial, and an anti-inflammatory agent. And as you can see, chronic inflammation, which is swelling or irritation, it causes all of these diseases that you see in this picture. So diabetes, autoimmune diseases, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis is huge, Alzheimer's, cardiovascular disease. Guys, if we can just get people to not have the chronic inflammation, then all of these diseases that you see around this could be avoided. So huge, huge, huge benefit in having an anti-inflammatory agent. All right, it also, as I said before, supercharges our stem cells that are deep within our bone marrow, and those are our immunity cells. Those are our T cells and our natural killer cells. These are the army of cells that we have that go out and attack when we have something in our bodies that is trying to hurt us, which is the disease, the cancer cells. Okay, all of those things. So this actually supercharges those cells so that they can have a better effect on things such as cancer. It's also very extremely alkalizing, so it balances the body. Let me give you a little lesson here on acid and alkaline, right? You have to be in an alkaline state in order to be healthy. There are foods that we eat that are either acidic or alkaline, and there are whether or not we are sick or healthy is based on our level of acidity or whether we are in an alkaline state. Okay, we need to stay at the normal pH, which is a balance of or alkaline state. And what this does is it helps balance our entire body so that we can be more healthy. If you notice in the other picture where you see kind of all the healthier foods, again, you think about it, if we can grow it or kill it, on those sides, they're going to be more alkaline, which is more healthy. You can see as we get to on the acidic side, all of the processed foods and the Coca-Colas and all of the donuts and all that stuff, those are the things that are going to cause us to get to a place where we could be less likely to be able to fight off the things that we need to fight off, okay? All right, melanin, again, is which causes that black color that I talked about on the outer appearance of the mushroom. It actually helps. Melanin is something found in the skin in the pigment. It helps to beautify the skin, protect the skin from sun damage, as well as it heals the blotchy patches that you see as a result of sun damage or as a result of lack of pigment, which is the coloring in your skin. It can be aging spots that, again, where as you age, the melanin is not where it needs to be at a level it needs to be. So you start to get the splotchy, what they call aging spots. Stress can cause a decrease in melanin. And then, of course, nutritional deficiencies. So lack of vitamins and nutrients in your diet can all cause these issues with your skin. You know, you think about someone, you say, you know, gosh, they're young, but they look a little older. That has to do with the lack of melanin. It has to do with the stress and the nutritional deficiencies that they've suffered throughout their life. So this is something that gives you what you need to keep your skin healthy. It also hydrates and nourishes, and it heals the skin tissues, much like it does the birch tree, as I talked about before as well. So it's also a good source of vitamins, the D, B, A, C, E. It's got manganese, it's got iron, calcium, zinc, selenium. All of these are things that if you look, it'll come in our NutriBurst as well. But these are all sources of vitamins that we need on a daily basis to keep us healthy. So I want to tell you this. When we look at our products, don't just look at the tea. Don't just look at the first few products that you know about or you've used. Try all of the products and do your research. Guys, if you search chaga, you will find all of this research. You will find that Russia uses it, China, the European countries. There are tons of countries that are using this on a daily basis. And, you know, I kind of have my own kind of thoughts on why our FDA, our Food Drug Administration, doesn't really want to get into regulating the herbal and the natural remedies. But, you know, the fact is our FDA really just doesn't touch a lot of our herbal remedies. And the rest of the countries outside of the U.S. are already there. They're already using all of these things for health. So start to do some of the research on not only chaga, but onto the chachui, on the NRG, on all of the products that we have. Make sure that you're doing your research and understand what we have to offer. What we have to offer is powerful. It will help people in so many ways you can't even imagine. And do this. Love the people that you come into contact enough to share our products with them. You know, if you don't love them, don't share it. And for me, being a Christian, I want to love everybody, so I want to share it with everybody, right? Care enough about people to share these products with them. Again, here's the disclaimer. Just one more time so people understand that I'm not making any medical claims. I'm simply sharing what the benefits have been stated of the products, ingredients, as well as what people's personal testimonials are. Okay, so that is, let me see, I've got to end my slideshow here. Let me see if I can have any questions. Let me look and see if I've got any questions at all that you all have about chaga, or if anybody has a testimony, that would be great as well if you want to type it in the box. Does anybody have any questions about the chaga? I see somebody said they want to take it for their chronic inflammation in their knee. Absolutely. It will help with that joint, the joint inflammation. So absolutely. Replacement. I've had, yes. What else? Siberia. Someone's asking where it comes from. It's 100% Siberian chaga mushroom extract. Does chaga affect high blood pressure? Meaning, does it increase it or decrease it? I did not see anything in the research related specifically to high blood pressure. However, it does help you as far as your stress levels. It helps the immune function that you have when you are more stressed. So, but it does not talk to me about opening or closing the vessels of your that carry your blood. Okay, high blood pressure is resulted from a narrowing of your vein or your arteries when your blood is going through it. It did not talk about whether or not it opens or closes those veins or arteries. So I don't know if that specifically, if it has that specific action or not. The recommended dosage, guys, with a lot of these products, I get that question a lot, especially like with NRG or the Tetchui. The recommended dosage is going to be anywhere between 1 to 3, but the reality is, guys, these are natural products. You have to kind of tweak that to your own body and what you need. You know, that all of our bodies were designed uniquely, and all of our bodies need different levels of product because we are at different places with our health. So, you know, you might not be deficient in vitamins A, B, C, D, E, while someone else might be. And so certain products may need more or less of. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So you just, you know, I tell people start with 1 or 2 or start with what's recommended, and then, you know, try to up it if you need to up it, or if you feel like it's too much, maybe you're getting too much energy or something from one of the products, then you decrease it a little bit. You have to kind of be able to know yourself and really pay attention to how it's affecting you to know what your good dose is going to be. You know, as I said, Armand Peugeot, when he was using the Chaga when he had the diagnosis of cancer and that tumor, he was taking handfuls and handfuls. Again, I'm not telling you to take handfuls and handfuls, but what I'm saying is it's a natural product, and you know, you're able to look at the dose, look at your own body, kind of what you need and how it affects you, and then figure out what the best dosage is for you. Okay. Somebody's asking, does it help with weight loss? In general, any product that's going to help your body work as it is intended, as long as you are putting in the natural, healthy things, if you're taking care of your body as it should, then everything should work together. It is not necessarily for weight loss specifically, like our NRG would be, or Resolution, or HCG, but guys, if we treat our body as the temple it is designed to be, then our body typically works as it should, and so we shouldn't be gaining weight if we're doing what we should. And I know that's easier said than done, but that's kind of the short answer to that. Somebody says their whole family has chronic inflammation. Be great for them. Absolutely. And psoriasis. Yes, try it and see what happens, and then you'll have a very good testimonial. How does this differ from Ganoderma? Ganoderma is just a different product. It works differently. Kind of like if you think about think about medicines for reflux or heartburn. There are lots of different kinds of medicines because they work differently in the body. They attack different things. The Ganoderma just attacks differently. It works differently in the body. So I recommend using Chaga and Gano and Tetchui, okay? All of these things, because they all have different methods of action, okay? So I recommend using all of them if you want my honest answer. Someone asked me to speak about the psoriasis again. What I said was that in Russia, there was a case study of 50 subjects that they showed improvement in their psoriasis, and currently in our country, we just don't have a real good handle on being able to treat psoriasis. So I obviously advise you to try the Chaga for the psoriasis if you have psoriasis. And somebody asked about children. I know they asked last week as well. I don't know that we really have an age group on these things. I mean, children certainly have used this. However, as a mom, as a nurse, I would always suggest before you give your children anything other than I do give my children the NutriBurst because it's simply a liquid vitamin. I give them that instead of Flintstones, okay? But I would always recommend that if you have questions about whether or not your child can take some of these products, then ask your pediatrician, okay? That's my answer to the question about kiddos. Is this being recorded? Yes, it is. Other questions? Someone wants this loaded in the Facebook thread. I don't know exactly where we posted it, but we'll figure that part out. What has this product been tested on or with? Angel's asking this question. I don't know if you mean in the United States. Like I said before, the United States does not really take positions on herbal remedies, okay? And as a nurse, as a person in the healthcare system and all of the politics related to that, I'm not going to go into all that. But they really don't have there's not a real financial benefit for the FDA, Food, Drug, and Administration, to go into looking into the benefits of herbal remedies. The pharmaceutical companies and insurance companies and such, there's just really not a great financial benefit. So we typically in the U.S. do not test or approve herbal remedies. It has been quote unquote tested in other countries. Like I said, go out there and research Chaga. There's lots of books out there. There's research. There's lots of testimonies. Russia especially has several. Poland has several research studies on the benefits of using Chaga. So just research it. Do a little bit of work and research it, and then of course you have to make your own decision. But anytime you're looking at herbal remedies for anything, guys, the naturalistic medicines instead of pharmaceutical medicines, you're not gonna find the U.S. typically backing that up. It's not something you're gonna have to go outside of our country to find a lot of that. We were late to get started in the U.S. If you remember, lots of immigration to our country, and outside, China, and a lot of the other continents, it's just well known that they're much more naturalistic than we are in our country. It's not because it doesn't work. It's just because that's the way we're set up. Allergies. Yes. Allergies and asthma. So yes, it does help with those things. Allergies, it's got, one study I was reading, and I don't have all my research, pulled up right now, but one study I was reading, I think it was in Poland. They said that it was proven to show that it decreases anaphylactic shock in, certain exposures to certain allergens. So absolutely, because allergy is related specifically to your immune system function. And basically what an allergy is, it's when your natural cells, T cells, all of these immune system cells that we have, it recognizes an allergen and it attacks it. Typically, it's kind of a malfunction of our immune system. It feels like it's an intruder, and so it attacks that. That's why you can't have an allergy for the first time you have something. You build up allergies, because as your body sees it again and again, then your body starts to build these kind of antibodies, or this little army against those allergens as they see it. So yes, absolutely, this Chaga is good for that, because it helps the immune system function in the way that it should, and recognize when it needs to be an army against something, and recognize when it needs to leave other things alone. For kind of simple way to put that. Somebody asked, taking all three wouldn't be too much. No, I don't think so. Again, guys, those of you guys who are hesitant, as a nurse, I'm obviously licensed as a nurse, and I don't want you to look at me as your personal nurse and I'm telling you to do something, and then you say, well, she's a nurse, she told you to go take something. I am advising you, if you have these reservations or questions, ask your healthcare provider. There's a reason why you're hesitant. I don't know what that is. I don't know anything about you and your health, you and your history, and certainly don't want you to go say, say, hey, Angie Tonini-Rogers told me to take this and I had a bad effect. I don't necessarily think that the bad effects come necessarily from these products. However, it might have an interaction with something you're already on. But again, if you have questions or you have hesitancies, then talk to your healthcare provider, okay? Which product will I recommend for hair loss? Good question. Right off the top of my head, I know that we have some products for that. I believe the Gano is good, or the Gano is good for hair and nail growth. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's right. If you get, I'll go through these questions and then I will. I'll look at something else I have real quick just to see if I can answer that one for sure. I think it was the Gano. I also oil. I don't know what the question is about that. And I love that, by the way. I have a scar on my arm from surgery I had a few months ago, and that scar is disappearing. And my little 5-year-old has really bad eczema on his elbows, and that's actually drying up and going away as well because of the oil. Severe case of MRSA, I would say yes. That's a disease process that affects the immune system. So yes. Emu oil on scalp, yes, it's very good for that. This is actually also, Chaga is also very good for the scalp as well. Emu oil is good for hair loss. I heard that as well. Okay, any other questions, guys? I think I got to the end. I'm going to look at one thing here to see if I can look something else up real quick. Hold on.
Hey, Ange.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things besides all of the great information that you gave is please let them know how much money they will make from blessing others with this super herb.
Yes. So, listen, what we need to realize, as I said before, we want you to prosper in all areas, not just your health, but in your finances as well. And so, you guys, if you share the Chaga with someone, then you will make a nice $50 profit. Okay? $50. The product itself is $99. And like I said, I call it a miracle herb, a miracle mushroom, whatever you want to call it, because it heals things it has been shown to heal things such as cancer. It helps us fight off diseases. So you will make a quick $50 if you go share this Chaga with someone tonight. So do you know anyone with any of these things that I talked about tonight? Because if you do, then I would suggest that you go share this with them with your excitement and make a quick $50. Not only that, but then they'll come back with a testimony talking about, wow, you helped me heal this, that, or the other. What a blessing. Not only for your pocketbook, but what an even bigger blessing to help heal someone of their skin issue called psoriasis, and be able to go and smile at the world and not have to worry about their scalp peeling and people looking at them like, what's wrong with you? And like I said, I'm a nurse. I don't look at people like that. I am empathetic and I feel for people that have any type of illness, but I know how this world works. So what a blessing to do something as little as share a bottle of Chaga with someone and have them, have their skin clear up and be able to face the world without the judgment. My God. I mean, to me, that's more than what I make in my pocket. So amazing. Gano, hair loss.
Can I add to that?
Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, guys, there's so much knowledge out there. Reggie had actually found a video. Sorry, I had to kill this mosquito. He had actually found a video on Chaga, and I believe, let me see if this is it. If you guys look inside the UOP Wellness, that's not there. Okay, he had found a video on Chaga, and if you just Google, go into YouTube and type in benefits of Chaga, there's this guy, he's giving a whole long sermon on the benefits of Chaga. But then also we have people that have done testimony, done product review and testimonials on it, and it's inside a post called the 500 what is it called? The $500. So it's the 500, 500 per week profit, $500 profit per week club. Because honestly, guys, you retail 10 of these, okay? You get 10 clients, and we don't call them customers. We call them clients. Clients is a more higher term than just customer, okay? So when you start thinking of the people that are purchasing from you as clients, I think clients come back around more times than a customer. So if you get 10 clients on, retail this to 10 clients, guys, what's going to happen? Automatically, you're going to be in that club of the $500, okay? Even if you just did five clients per week, that's an additional $250. If you have not received a check from Total Life Changes yet, you're just not speaking to enough people, because this right here, this is a superfood. And when you Google superfoods, this falls under that type of category, because right now everybody is in, and I'm sure Angie can attest to that, everybody's in this superfoods mood. They don't mind going to what is that store that's very expensive? Whole Foods. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that, and spending hundreds of dollars because they want it organic, they want it healthy. They don't care, they don't want the cheap name brand stuff. They want the organic stuff, and we are right here in that midst. So when you say $100 for something, because I bought 3 bottles of this, okay? So one for for the family, and 2 for when we do our displays on here is incredible. My wife took it today because we just cracked open the bottle today. My wife took it today. I took it today, and I'm just looking forward to, knowing that it's anti a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's the key word, anti. There's images out there that you guys can use on your wall, and it's anti this, anti that, anti that. You know what? I'd rather protect myself from any kind of whatever, liver disease or cancerous situations or whatever prior to me getting it.
Absolutely.
Okay? Before Total Life Changes, my mind was not on none of this health stuff. I was eating everything that could be caught on 4 legs and then cooked up, basically. Okay, but now I'm more conscious, and I want to live longer, because now I'm like, it's like that car. You buy the car and you think, no one else has this car. I got the best color car in the world. Then after you buy it, you start to notice that same color car out there. Same thing with us being in Total Life Changes. I was not really concerned about too much of my health. I was just eating everything bad that bad can eat me back. I was eating it. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm a lot more conscious, because now I'm in that arena. I'm in that environment. And I'm like, you know what? This might have been God's plan, not pushing any religion on you, but I said, you know what? Everything happens for a reason, and I'm so glad I'm prepping myself to make sure that I'm here to walk my daughter down the aisle when she gets married in 30 plus years.
Amen. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. And guys, I hope you know that a lot of these diseases we talk about, do you guys know that we actually cause those to ourselves? It's not something we catch in the air. It's not something we touch and then we touch our nose and then we get it. We're causing it to ourselves with the toxins, the chemicals that we breathe in our environment, the toxins and the stuff that we put into our bodies and the foods that we eat, and it's just, we're doing a lot of this to ourselves. So this is taking our control and our power back to actually do what we should do to treat our bodies as the temples that they are, and remain healthy. And absolutely, like I said before, I have treated people when they're sick for years and years. I work in a hospital where people come back over and over and over because their chronic illnesses do not get better, or because they just add one chronic illness upon another chronic illness upon another. Well, people laugh. Some of these nurses that I market to, sometimes they're like, what are you doing? You're not nursing, da da da. Yes, I am. If you want to be the kind of nurse that helps people when they're only sick, or do you want to be the kind of nurse that prevents them from ever having to get sick? I want to be the kind of nurse that helps people stay well so that they don't ever have to experience cancer, or they don't ever have to experience high blood pressure, or they can feel the freedom of being freed and cured of high blood pressure disease. By the way, Gano is for high blood pressure and blood sugar, okay? Just so those of you guys who are asking, and hair loss, by the way. So, somebody else asked what I take. I take Gano, I take Chaga, I take Tichui, I take NutriBurst, tea, Resolution. Okay, guys, I take the products because I believe in the products. I use the oil. I have taken the Love. Okay, so I take these products because I believe in these products, and I would not ask other people to do or use something that I do not do or use or believe in. I also, as a nurse, would not tell people to take something that I feel like would harm them. So these are powerful, powerful things that we have. And right now, as Carrie said, is the time to get going and start communicating and sharing these products with people, because the Trader Joe's, the Lucky's, the Whole Foods, those guys they're making millions of dollars because people want to be healthier. They want to take in the things that do not have the toxins and the chemicals and the pesticides and all that stuff in it. And we are just simply helping people use what's grown naturally from this earth to put back in their bodies to help keep us at a place where we can maintain our health and live longer, enjoy life, etc., etc. So, I think somebody else typed one more thing. Amy says this is the best product, and she does take it because she has severe psoriasis. So that's awesome. Awesome. So, guys, that's it for today as far as Chaga. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope that you guys go out and tell somebody about Chaga tonight. And then, next Sunday, we'll be back to do another product, so that each week we will be going over the products. But guys, don't wait until next Sunday to get more information about these products. Okay, go out and do some research on these products so that you can talk about them. And guys, order these products so that you guys can try these products and get your own testimonies going. And if you don't have these ailments that these products help for, who cares? Take it anyway so you don't get the ailments, okay? Because at some point, all of us are subject to getting some of these things that these natural products help combat, okay? All right, guys, thank you guys so much for your attention, and thank you so much for joining us. Go out and share, and can't wait to hear all of your testimonies and all the testimonies of those guys who are helping to heal. Thanks, guys.